Now that we're about a week out from the release of the console game, the mobile game has finally been released. I don't know about you guys, but I personally have been awaiting the release of the mobile game for quite some time. Unfortunately, I'm on an Android device, so I've been unable to play it on iOS, even though it has been available in my country and also the Philippines for quite some time. But again, I wasn't able to play. On day one, I had a bit of a bad experience. I was really lucky opening the first few boxes. I actually got some of the best characters in the game. My first 3 boxes were Batman Arkham Knight, which is currently the only legendary in the entire game, so he is the strongest card. And then 2 golden characters, Horrific Scarecrow and Unhinged Harley, which are both incredibly good. So you can imagine how upset I was when 12 hours after the release of the Android game, they wiped everybody's progress. I don't know how this happened or why it happened, but it seems to have been a problem with the initial launch because you were unable to link your Google account with your Injustice 2 account, but now you're able to do that, so now this type of memory loss or data loss should not be possible, because it can all be stored with your Google account. And since I've had to start all over again, I've managed to progress through the entire campaign, and I've even managed to get top 500 in the world on the arena leaderboards. The gameplay is such a big step up from the first mobile game. In the first game, most of the characters seems to have played the exact same, but with the addition of lows, jump attacks, and zoning, the difference between all of the characters becomes far more noticeable. Some people might be curious about gear, because gear is a big part of the Injustice 2 console game, and I can say that gear is pretty important on the mobile game as well, but as far as visuals are concerned, they don't actually change a whole lot. Some pieces of gear do change your character visually, but I actually haven't unlocked any of those gears yet, so that should be a testament to how rare they are, because I've unlocked quite a lot of gear, just none that actually visually change your character, but I do know it can happen. Unlocking characters is much easier than you might have thought. You might have heard a lot of people freaking out about the shard system, where you can only unlock like a part of a character, but nobody seems to mention the hero chest. The hero chest gives you a full character, and it only costs 150 gems. The only time that can give you shards is if you unbox a character you already own, and in that case you want the shards, because those shards can be used to upgrade the characters you already own. Generally, the way it seems to have worked for me, the first time you get a duplicate, that'll be enough to upgrade the character on its own. The second time, you're going to probably need to pull multiple duplicates to be able to upgrade, and obviously it will get progressively harder the further up you go. The maximum upgrade is 5 stars, I believe. And once again, those hero chests only cost 150 gems, which is actually pretty easy to get. The best way to unlock gems in the game right now is to go through your achievements and make sure you're efficiently completing them. Even now, when I've done most of the achievements, I still find myself getting 2 to 3 hero chests a day without spending any money. So that's 2 to 3 chances of pulling some of the best stuff in the game, or upgrading my current stuff. We also got 2 new modes in Injustice 2. We have training missions, which are progressively more difficult missions, which reward you with XP capsules, and the XP capsules obviously get a lot better the further up on the missions you go, and the XP capsules can be used to upgrade your lower level characters to try and catch them up to where you are. It's basically a catch-up mechanic for your lower level characters, which is really nice. And we've also received a new game mode called Operation. Basically, operations are a way for you to level up your characters even when you're at work or school or asleep, or you decide to go out to the movies, you chuck them on an operation before you go. The idea is that you're constantly getting XP, and it's kind of a brilliant system. A quick little tip for the operations system is to make sure you always have 3 operations going to get the maximum amount of XP out of it, but try to use characters that no longer have any arena energy connected to them. Just in case you do decide to go play arena and that character is locked away doing an operation, it's just best to always have the people in the operation already be completely used up. Speaking of arena, in the arena game mode, you'll always be matched against people with moderately similar power, so you can actually limit yourself to just 1 character. This way you'll complete the arena matches played quest much faster. So if you have 3 characters with 5 energy each, it makes more sense to take them in individually, because you can get 3 times the amount of reward you would if you took them in as a team. It seems to be that they're going to bring back challenges, which is awesome, because challenges were one of the best things about the first game. It was basically a month-long event that gave you a chance to unlock a special character. This is how they introduced the Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn, and CW Flash, and Static Shock. All of those characters were introduced through the challenge system, so it's good to see that back. That's probably how we'll end up getting, you know, CW skins and all of that stuff. So I suppose it's time to talk about money, because when we talk about mobile games, it's one of the more concerning topics. I personally have spent about $18 on this game, and I certainly didn't need to. I just wanted to progress a little bit faster. You can play this game completely free to play, especially right now, because you're not that far behind everybody else. The longer you wait to start playing the game, the more you'll feel incentivized to spend money in order to catch up to everybody. Between the operations, campaign, arena, training missions, there is absolutely no reason to spend money on this game. One of the big reasons I've been playing so much of the game is because I'd like to be at a pretty decent level when they add more content, especially when they start adding content that syncs up with the console version of the game. We already know that Grid is coming as a premier skin, but that's just for linking your account. But the reason you want to link your account is because of all the extra challenges that come with it. In the first game, some of the best costumes came from the mobile game. The Batman Beyond skin was from the mobile game. You had to do events in the mobile game. So having this available to me is going to be quite valuable when they start adding that stuff. Overall, I would say I've really enjoyed my experience with the app, and I intend to continue to play the game even after the release of the console game. Anyway, that's been it from me. My name has been Bilbzy, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.